Esther. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Lois.
Oh, hello.
Are you excited for this big sale? Who's excited for this sale? Like, this sale has me so excited. So
I
excited.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah. It's
I went
pretty.
to lip gloss.
Yeah, I was about to do the same thing. Put my lips on.
Oh my God, you're beautiful.
Why, yes, Lois, you are.
Well, you are.
Well, this is going to be a good one tonight. I hope. I hope.
It will be.
It will.
For anyone who's watched our unit meetings and our talks that we've been doing about, on twisting our brains and positive thinking, this is going to play right into that tonight. So we're going to get ourselves on the right track in our heads to blast out this June like no other June. That's what we're going to do tonight.
Yep.
There's a lot of potential for income this month. So I'll give a couple more minutes for people to hop on here. So welcome everyone. I am Holly. I'm not Carol Thompson, even though that is what it's saying on the screen. I am logged in as Carol tonight, but we're going to work on our brains. We're going to work on our thinking. We're going to get rid of some of that stinking thinking and get ourselves in a happy, positive place. So this can be our best June month ever, because I'm telling you, I want to sell me some skincare. Don't know about the rest of you, but I want to sell skincare. So we're going to get rid of some unhelpful thinking styles. And I'm going to go over some with you briefly here. And then we're going to talk about how we can banish them from our thoughts. So we all get in it where we may feel like we're not good enough, or someone else is better, or nobody likes me. There's all kinds of things we do. So one thing we do is emotional reasoning. And that's assuming that because we feel a certain way, that what we think must be true. So that's one of the unhelpful thinking styles that we have. Another one is overgeneralizing. And that's seeing a pattern based upon a single event, or being overly broad in the conclusion we draw. So that's saying every, nothing, all, forever, even though it might have only ever happened once, but now you're thinking, oh, this is every time, or nothing ever goes my way. So we want to get rid of those. Labeling, assigning labels to ourselves or to other people, like, oh, I'm stupid, or I'm dumb, right? We don't want to do those either. Jumping to conclusion. Who's victims of this? Imagining we know what others are thinking or predicting the future. We don't want to do that either. We don't know what someone else is thinking. And I'm going to tell you, most of the time, they're not thinking about you. they're thinking about themselves and all their own issues. They don't care what's going on in your life for the most part. Right? Magnification or minimization. And that's blowing things out of proportion or inappropriately thinking something to make it seem less important. So there's times we do that too, right? We make something a lot bigger or more important than it is, or maybe we've accomplished things and we minimize it. Oh, that was nothing. Anyone can do that. Mental filter. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read this one. Give me a second. Ah. Well, that's something like saying I'm a failure, but I can't pick out the rest of it. Sorry, guys. Disqualifying the positive, discounting the good things that have happened or that you have done for some reason or another. And then the all or nothing thinking. It's white or it's black. When there's no gray in between, it's one or the other. Personalization, blaming yourself or taking responsibility for something that wasn't completely your fault. Or blaming others for something that was your fault. And then should and must. Using critical words like should, must, or ought can make us feel guilty or like we have already failed. If we apply shoulds to other people, the results is frustrating. So don't should on yourself or others. Now, how are we going to fix these thinking? So there's 10 ways to untwist our thinking. Now, the first one is identify the distortion. So write down your negative thoughts so that you can see which of the cognitive distortions you're involved in. This will make it easier to think about a problem in a more positive and realistic way. Second thing is examine the evidence. Okay. Instead of assuming that your negative thought is true, examine the actual evidence for it. For example, if you feel that you never do anything right, you can list several things you've done successfully. Okay. And this is really important to do because what we think about, we bring about. So if we're stuck in a negative wheel, we need to get off of it because those negative things are just going to keep coming to us until we jump off that ride. We don't want to stay on that ride. Okay, the double standard method. Instead of putting yourself down in a harsh, condemning way, talk to yourself in the same compassionate way you would talk to a friend with a similar problem. I think that one's really important, right? We wouldn't tell our friends they're stupid or you never get anything or this always happens to you. We're positive with our friends, right? We share love with them and talk loving and kindly to our friends. So the experimental technique. Do an experiment to test the validity of your negative thought. For example, if during an episode of panic, you become terrified that you're about to die of a heart attack, you could jog or run up and down several flights of stairs. This will prove that your heart is healthy and strong. Might be a little extreme. Thinking in shades of gray. So although this method may sound drab, the effects can be illuminating. Instead of thinking about your problems in all or nothing extremities, evaluate things on a scale of 0 to 100. When things don't work out as well as you hope, think about the experience as a partial success rather than a complete failure. See what you can learn from the situation. The survey method. Okay, this one I challenge you all to do. The survey method. Ask people questions to find out if your thoughts and attitudes are realistic. For example, if you feel that public speaking anxiety is abnormal and shameful, ask several friends if they've ever felt nervous before they gave a talk. So you can find it that maybe you are not off on your thinking. Maybe other people have the same fears as you. Maybe they've overcome it. And if they can, so can you. Define terms. This is a good one, you guys. When you label yourself inferior or fool or a loser, ask, what is the definition of a fool? Look it up. Look it up. See if that actually applies. Loser, inferior. Does that really apply to us? Or are we just giving ourselves lies? A lot of times we lie to ourselves and put ourselves down. Okay, the somatic method. Simply substitute language that is less colorful and emotionally loaded. This method is helpful for should statements. Instead of telling yourself, I shouldn't have made that mistake, you can say, it would be better if I hadn't made that mistake. Reattribution. Instead of automatically assuming that you are bad and blaming yourself entirely for a problem, think about the many factors that may have contributed to it. Focus on solving the problem instead of using up all your energy blaming yourself and feeling guilty. And cost-benefit analysis. I like this one. List the advantages and disadvantages of a feeling, like getting angry when your plane is late. A negative thought, like, no matter how hard I try, I always screw up, or a behavior pattern like overeating and lying about in bed when you're depressed. You could also use the cost-benefit analysis to modify self-defeating beliefs as, I must always try to be perfect. So you may have heard or thought of some of those things in the past. And now, not trying to be perfect or trying to be like somebody else. Is there benefits to that? Like, who should we be comparing ourselves to? We should compare ourselves to ourselves. That's it. There's only one person we can change. That's ourselves. So every day we're given an opportunity to be a better person or the same person, or maybe a worse person. But we get to make a choice every day when we get up what we're going to be doing for that day. And we get to choose our thoughts as well. So we can choose to take 10 minutes a day and make client phone calls, or 10 minutes a day and do a video or post some stuff in our Facebook groups. We could now take 10 minutes one day and write down all of our value firm customers and give them a call and say, do I have a deal for you? As you know, our value firm set is regularly $240. And now this month is on sale for $192. That's a big savings. But if they just ordered last month, are you gonna say, oh no, they just ordered last month, I can't tell them about this, they just dropped $240? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Did you go shopping for summer clothes already? Did you go out the next day and buy more? I have. Like, just because we buy something one day doesn't mean we're not going to buy it the next day or a month later, especially when it's on sale and it's something that we know we're going to use. So my suggestion is not to let our thinking tell us what somebody else is thinking. We don't know what anyone else is thinking. We don't know what anyone else's financial is like. I've had consultants tell me that many times. Oh no, I can't offer this to her. She's not in a good place right now. The money is tight. Well, do we have a deal for you if your money is tight this month? Right? Our skincare is on sale. What a better time to reach out to somebody. And maybe they are in a bad financial situation. And maybe what they're thinking about is stinking thinking, and they need something to pick them up. And a little bit of girl time, a facial and a makeover, and some good skincare can just be what they need to get that positive thinking back into their life. Because we all know that when we look good, we feel good. So let's have a little look at some of the products that are on sale. So the Miracle Set, we all know, is $159, and it's on sale for $127. $127.20 to be exact. So our profit. Now, the company didn't say you have to give these sale prices to your customers. Did you know that? You can offer full price on all of this. So if you offered full price on that Miracle Set at $159, your profit is going to be $95.40. That's really good profit, right? That's more than half. That's more than half. And then the Volume Firm Set, if you sold it for $240, you're making $144 profit.
Holly, I don't see that on my order form. Am I
You don't
missing
see that.
something?
Okay, so it's on In Touch. If you go into the ordering,
I'm
there's-
on there.
yeah.
But the Miracle Set is there, but not the Volume Firm. Does anyone else?
Oh, well, it was on mine.
Anyone
think-
else not have it?
Is anyone else not seeing it on theirs?
There it is. Sorry.
Got it. Okay. Yeah,
It was
because
in between.
it's a fantastic special, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to follow up with those customers who were used to spending $230 and now has had a $10 increase?
Wow.
And now we can tell them that we're able to offer it to them for $192.
Wow. No, I didn't see that before. It's kind of between the Miracle Set. Anyway.
Yeah, it's very impressive, this particular sale, because it's not just sets as well. Like there's the little masking pods. They're, buy one, get one half price. There's a bunch of other stuff that we
The
can offer.
clay mask is $10 retail.
Yeah, the pink clay mask is there for $10. Do you want a hostess gift? You're paying $5 for that, you guys. $5. Hey, you buy a Miracle Set for $159 this month, I'll give you a pink clay mask for free. It only costs you $5. And you get full retail value on your skincare. There's a lot of ways you can make some good money this month. Now, I don't know what the regulations are across Canada, but I know here in Alberta and in most of the provinces now, you can meet people face to face. You can meet people face to face. Now, some of you may have come into Mary Kay since the pandemic started, and all you know is virtual. This is it. Zoom, Facebook, you don't know what it is to hold a face-to-face party. And that's okay. But I know from my personal experience, when I get face-to-face with somebody and I put that product on their face, my chances of selling it have gone up a lot. Like they don't usually leave without buying something. And I know I've had virtual parties where I've talked and no one ever watched them. Like you could be hit and miss there, right? Because people get to choose whether or not they're there. But when they're in your presence in person, you've got them, you can engage them. And I think that's what's really important. But what we need to do for this month is set a goal. Now, some of us are tracking quarter sales. Some of us are directors and we're tracking unit club. Some of us are just tracking to be a star consultant. But what we need to do in order to hit any of those goals, we're on the first. I'm so happy to be speaking to you all on the very first day of the month, because this is the day that you get to set your plan for what you want for the month. So if you're tracking your quarter sales and you have 3,000 left, that 3,000 is 3,000 retail. And did you know that Mary Kay is going to take that Volume Firm set that you're able to sell if you want to at a discount of $192, but they're going to enter it as if it was at $240. So you're going to get credits for that quarter sales on the $240 value. And for anyone whose directors have a princess court or anything else, that still counts for that too, you guys.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Isn't that amazing? Like, isn't that a very generous thing that they're doing? Like, we work for a dream company. We really do. We really do. They could just say, oh no, well, you only pay this price and we always work it on the retail, and for this promotion, this is the retail pricing. But no, they're looking at the regular retail value. Now, that being said, you're still paying the taxes on the regular retail value because you're able to sell it for that. This type of sale that Mary Kay has given us right now is an opportunity that you can buy low and sell high. You can reach out to your really good customers and offer them the sale price, but you can also challenge yourself to do a perfect start or a power start. Now, for those of you who are new and may not know what those terms are, perfect start and power start is 15 faces in 15 days and 30 faces in 30 days. So you're trying to get that full 30 days in and have 30 faces. So if you've seen 30 new people, you don't have to give them the sale price. Imagine if you've seen 30 new people and half of them bought the skincare. Let's say only half bought skincare. Would you call that a good month? And you're going to just do the miracle set because, you know, we're going to keep it kind here. So 159 times 15. That's, you know, $2,385. So let's write that down, 2,385. Now our sale price on that set is $63.60. So $63.60 times 15 people who bought it. We're paying $954 for that. Would anyone like an extra $1,400 this month? Because selling 15 miracle sets can do that for you this month. And some change. 1,400 or 1,431 to be exact. It's coming into summer. Kids are going to be out of school if you have kids, or family might be visiting, or maybe you just want to run away, whatever you might want. Maybe you want to buy something special for your house or your deck or your yard. Maybe you want to save for the rainy days. Who knows? But 15 new skincare customers this month could put an extra $1,400 in your pocket. And that's not counting following up with your existing customers. Now, what if you're brand new and you signed up during the pandemic and all you've ever done is customer direct ship? Because you could sell to anyone, anywhere in Canada. You can still make the same money. Or you could say, you know what? I'm now getting into in-person parties and facials. I can actually have a couple of skincare sets on hand. And if you were thinking of investing $600 into inventory, just as an example, you were thinking about it last month, guess what? You're going to get more bang for your buck this month. You can get an extra set or two for the same money. Like your money's going to stretch further. So thinking like a business person is what we have to do. And we have to set out those goals. So if we have 3,000 left for our quarter sales, that's 3,000 retail, but we can divide that by the 159 or the 240 and figure out how many value firm sets or miracle sets we need to sell. And it's going to be less this month than we would any other month, right? Like we can have that extra wiggle room because it's going to count as 240 even though we're only paying 192. Like 192, you guys. I like anyone who uses that skincare, like I know you're stocking up for yourself because look at that price. Like I can't get over it. But we have to think, what are we thinking? Are we thinking that no one wants to book parties with us? Are we thinking that no one wants to spend the price? Are we thinking it's expensive? This is expensive. Even at a discount, this is expensive. No one's going to pay this much for skincare. Now I'm going to challenge you, okay? Because we went over these things, right? Nobody's going to pay these prices. This is expensive. So you can do an experiment. You can experiment or examine the evidence. Well, let's see, is that true? Does no one pay those prices for skincare? Walk into Sephora, walk into Shoppers. Like, let's not even talk about Sephora. Have you looked at the cost of skincare in Shoppers Drug Mart lately? Mary Kay's not expensive.
Yeah.
Mary Kay is not expensive. So if that's one of your hangups, that you think the product is expensive and that stops you from talking to people, you need to reevaluate that thinking. Our hydrogel eye patches are $1.50 each per set. $1.50. You go to Shoppers, they sell one set for $3.50. Our products are not expensive. So if that's one of the hangups we have to like delete that from our brains right now. When I started 18 years ago, our foundations might have been $20. Like they weren't what they are today. They were less. And I had a client who was spending $55 on an Estee Lauder foundation monthly because she used a lot of foundation. And I thought our foundation was expensive. And she told me that she was, and this was 18 years ago, you guys. Right? And are we going into a recession? That's another thought. Oh, we're being hit hard. Gas prices are going up. Food is going up. Nobody's spending money. Are you telling yourself nobody's spending money? Because if you're telling yourself that, guess what? No one's going to spend their money with you. You're putting it out there and that's what's going to happen. But if that's what you believe, challenge that. Again, challenge yourself. Go to the mall and look and see if nobody's spending money. People are still spending money. So they can spend it with you, or they can go to the mall, to the Estee Lauder counter or Sephora and give their money to somebody else. Yes, Sarah.
Camp out in front of Sephora and see how many people are coming out with bags.
Yeah. And, you know, ask your customers, have you ever been to Sephora? Give me a comparison. I would love to know what your thoughts are in the products that you've bought from me versus the ones you've used from any other brand. Prove to yourself that the product's good.
And you can be sure that in those little bags is way more than what they would have spent with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, even just talking about like the under eye patches, price them at Sephora. I challenge you. It's $30 for 6 pairs. 30 something for 6 pairs of eye patches. Do we have expensive product? No, not at all. Not at all. Oh, someone's chatting here. I just sold the new puppy eye reducer. Huh? Because, right? They're selling one for $100. Ours is 40. Absolutely. Right? We have the best company. We're in the best company. They provide fantastic prices, fantastic top profit margin for us. And if you don't believe me, if you believe that every other direct selling company out there offers 50% when you sign up, challenge me. Challenge me. Phone up your Pampered Chef lady and ask what you make as a brand new consultant. Call up your Scentsy lady. Ask what she makes, what her profit point is as a brand new consultant. And then ask them, how do you increase that? Does that ever get higher? You know, a lot of these companies, you have to recruit to get your percentage to go up. We get 50% right from the day we sign up. And if we never have a team member, guess what? We still get 50%. Even if we promote to director, we still get 50%. That never changes. This company is an equal opportunity for everyone. When Mary Kay Ash started this, she really put it in perspective that it was not just going to be equal, but it was going to be fair. But she wanted it to be equal opportunity. So when we wonder, well, why can't I sell it in a storefront? I've got money. I could spend $5,000 for a little kiosk in the mall. I don't have $5,000 for a little kiosk in the mall. But is that keeping the opportunity fair and equal to everybody else? No, because I have enough money to have a little closet in my house with my product. That's where I'm at, right? And that's where most people are. So we do things that makes it the opportunity equal for everyone and fair. So we work for a dream company. Now, we get hung up on things. Another thought might be, I haven't tried it, so how can I promote it? If I haven't tried this skincare line, how can I promote it? Does anyone have an answer for that? Because I have a great answer for that. How long has Mary Kay been around? Almost 60 years, you guys. It's 44 years in Canada this year. You know why I know that? Because I was born the year Mary Kay came to Canada. I'll never forget that. So we've had this guarantee on our product since Mary Kay started. 100% satisfaction lifetime guarantee. I mean, who here has taken back a product that's 20 years old? I have. 20 years. This lady kept red lipstick in her makeup bag in her bathroom for 20 years. But when she found out we had a 100% satisfaction guarantee, she exchanged it and she got a new lipstick. Now, I don't recommend doing that if you're not the person who sold it to her. Send her to the company. They'll take care of her. But we have a guarantee. So even if you haven't tried the MK Men's Facial Hydrator, can you still sell it to a man even though you haven't tried it? Absolutely, because it has a satisfaction guarantee. It has a 100% satisfaction guarantee. It's been tested to make sure its claims are true. And if they don't like it, they can return it. Or, you know what? You can do what I did yesterday and actually try it. I went live and tried the MK Men Facial Hydrator because one of the men I've sold it to said his face turns white when he puts it on. And I'm like, it sounds like you might be using a little too much. I didn't turn my face white. I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, but it's an SPF. I'm like, yeah, but there's SPF in the women's lines as well. And my face don't turn white. So I'm gonna try it. So we can try any product if we have it on hand, right? And if not, you can still have the confidence in knowing that if our product didn't meet its claim, Mary Kay would have been bankrupt years ago because everyone would have returned it and got their money back, right? We wouldn't be about to celebrate 60 years or 45 years next year in Canada. We wouldn't be able to celebrate that if the product didn't come with an amazing guarantee. An amazing guarantee. So the challenge is the perfect start and the power start. Like, this is my challenge for myself. If you don't have mirrors and you don't have nothing for doing face-to-face appointments, the company has a starter bag. The bag alone is normally like $30, you guys, on InTouch alone. But now it has 4 mirrors. It has a facial class. It has the mascara wands. It has the eye things, and it has a disposable trays, all in this bag for $35 this month. And 4 mirrors is more than enough. It's more than enough. It's a great starting point. If you're doing facial appointments with more than 4 people, you can do it. I've done it. But 4 people is a nice number. You can have a facial appointment with 3 women and sell $1,000. Who would complain about spending an hour or maybe even 2? Say you spent 2 hours and your profit was $250 an hour. Would you complain? I wouldn't complain. So, but you can also buy more mirrors if you want the more mirrors. But starting with 4 is a good place. And if you have 4 people, and how do you do that? How do you get those people face to face? Well, you can now say to a customer who's bought during the pandemic, you can call them up and say, Susie, I am so glad that we're now able to begin meeting face to face. I know you bought skincare from me, and I would love to do a checkup from the neck up with you. Is there any reason we can't get together face to face so I can see if this is the right skincare for you? Or maybe address some other issues that you may have and recommend some other products. Or maybe show you some of our amazing spring product line, like our beautiful gel cheek colors. Oh, that's great, Susie. Would this week or next week work better for you? Great, morning or afternoon? Or evening, if you want to do evening appointments. Okay, I have Tuesday or Wednesday. Which one's better? Do not just say, when's good for you? If you say, when's good for you, guess what? Oh, I don't know, I'm really busy. I'll call you back when I know. I have to look at my calendar. You're not going to get an appointment booked. So ask the questions. And you can say morning or go backwards. Would morning or afternoon be better for you? Would a Tuesday or a Wednesday be better for you? Okay, well, what about this week or next week? Right? You just narrow it down and get that booking. And once you have that written down, you can say, Susie, you are a great customer of mine. And we're currently I would love to give you special pricing on the skincare that you're using. I would love to give you special pricing on that Time-Wise Voluform skincare set. It's regularly $240, but if you bring 3 girlfriends with you at the time when we meet face to face, I would love to give you your skincare for $192. Now, does that not sound good? Does that not sound like a great way to book a skincare class? Does it cost you anything? Not a dime. Will your customer remember that you gave her a great discount? Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can even go above and beyond that. Susie, if any of your friends buy skincare at the event as well, I will give you a free pink clay mask. You can give her more incentives because you're selling that other one to her friend for $240 because you're giving her special pricing for hosting, right? Or maybe you like giving the Skin Vigorate brush as a hostess gift. Maybe that's your thing. Well, Susie, if you book this class, I'll give you your Skin Vigorate brush as a hostess gift. And if any of your friends buy a skincare set, I'll give you the brush stand for free. Well, the brush stand is already free, right? This month. It's part of our special. But our customers don't know that. It's not on our website. Because we're independent consultants. Mary Kay gives us the ability to offer whatever price we want to offer. It's up to us to figure out what special works for us. What would get you excited? Right? What would get you excited? Have you held virtual parties for your friends in the last 2 years? Have you held a Pampered Chef party or a Norwex party or a Scentsy or Sweet Legs or whatever other Epicure? There's so many, right? Are you wanting to do more virtual parties yourself? Are you excited for your phone to ring to ask to do another Pampered Chef party? Or are you wanting to get out and meet people face to face? So you have to think, what am I comfortable with? First and foremost, maybe you love this virtual world and want to stay connected this way and this way only forever and ever and ever. Or maybe you want to hybrid it. I want to do a little bit of virtual and I want to do a little bit of face to face. Or maybe you've been at home shaking, like, get me out of here. I need to see people face to face. If that's you, book those face-to-face parties. Because you know what? Your enthusiasm is going to sell. Your enthusiasm is going to sell the product. So write down what you want to make this month. What is your retail goal? What is your retail goal? Is it 3,000, 4,000, 600, whatever it may be? Maybe you just need $600 more to be a Sapphire star, and that's what you're tracking. You want to be an all-star for the year. You just want to have a year of being Sapphire. So you need 600 this month. Then break it down. Break it down by miracle sets. How many miracle sets do you need to do 600? It's not a lot. I'm going to tell you, it's not a lot to do a $600 order on a miracle set. Even if you realize, oh yeah, well that's 1,200 retail to get my $600 wholesale, right? Has anyone did the math? Am I doing it myself? Okay. So we got our 1,200. We're dividing it by our 159. So 7.5. So round it up to 8. That's 2 miracle sets a week. Do you know your face average? Do you know your face average? How many faces do you need to see before you sell a skincare set? You might be a seasoned professional and sell skincare at every appointment, or you may not sell a full set at every appointment in bits and pieces. Now, if you're selling bits and pieces, is this not a good time to buy the sets to sell your bits and pieces? I'm going to tell you how much is our day cream? 47 retail, and we're going to pay how much? $63.60 for a full set, right? It's a good time. It's a good time. So set your goal, order it. If you're saying I'm going to sell $600 this month, or put a 600 wholesale in, I'm going to sell 1,200, order it. Challenge yourself that way. I dare you just to place that order, because I know nothing motivates me more than spending my money, because I want to get my money back. You know, it's a good motivation. It's a really good motivation. But set up with your goal. Get your goal, break it down to weekly. If you're going to do 30 faces, break it down. You know, you need to see 15 a week. Okay, if I'm going to hold parties of 4 people, break it down again. How many people needs to be at a party? How many parties do I need to see? Well, you're going to need to see, you're going to have 4 parties, right? Or you need to have 5 parties with 3 people, right? To see 15 a week. 15 a week. I'm giving us 60 faces this month. Look at me go. Because that's what I said to myself. I'd like to see 60 faces this month. I really would. How can that change your business? If you seen 60 faces this month and half of them, 30, bought your skincare, they're going to run out in 4 to 6 months. They're going to need more. Could you be excited with following up with somebody in 4 months and see how they're making it under skincare? Could you be excited in investing into some products for now this month and knowing in 4 to 6 months, you're selling it at full price to them and you're making more money than what you normally would because you bought low, now you're selling high? So if you have product on your shelf, sell from your shelf, get that product moving, get it circulating, and then reorder what you need. Look at your My Customers app. Look at your average for the year. How many miracle sets did I sell? Do I want to keep the same amount on my shelf? Do I want to have one for each of my customers for when they need it? If I sold 5 miracle sets, do I want to have 5 on my shelf? So when my customer needs it, I can have it for them right away. Right? This is when we begin thinking like a business. Audit your work, audit what you've done this past year. How many eye makeup removers did you sell? How often does a customer reorder their eye makeup remover? I had a person who was using it, I think, buying them 3 at a time, and every month and a half she was asking for 3 more. I think she was washing a whole face with it. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of eye makeup remover. But she was faithful with that. Do you want to have enough on your shelf for the whole year? Or do you want to break that down by 3 months? Okay, this person is buying 3 every month and a half. Do I want to have, how many would you need for her? 15 or more a year? Do you want to have 15 eye makeup removers on your shelf? Maybe not. Maybe that's something you want to reorder throughout the year, right? But figure out what number is comfortable for you if you're going to have stuff on your shelf. And if you're going to continue just being virtual and customer direct ship, well, you know what? Just reach out to everyone that you've sold to so far. Let them know that you can offer them a special this month. Because you're making a profit, even on the sale price, you're making half. And if you decide to not go as deep of a sale, man, you could go up a little instead of saying, you know, I'm going to keep it easy on me. Instead of saying it's $240 and now it's $192, you can say, I'm going to save you $40 on that this month. How would you like a $40 discount? You get to choose. You get to choose. Okay. Does anyone have questions? Did I go off topic a little? I still want to go back to that thinking, right? It's what we think about. If we think we can make sales this month, and every time that negative thought comes in, no one's booking. I've called 5 people and everyone said no. No one's ever going to book with me. Yep, absolutely. No one's ever going to book with you because you know why? You've just talked yourself out of picking up the phone and calling somebody else. You've just written off this day, right? You're not going to pick up the phone for another maybe 2 or 3 days because now you're in a mindset that nobody wants to hear from you. So I hope some of these strategies that I gave will help. Think about the past. You know, when I picked up the phone to call people in the past, did everyone say no? No, some people said yes. Okay, so not everyone's going to say no. But maybe I need to call 5 more people. Maybe my average is off. Maybe it's not 1 in 5 is going to book anymore. Maybe it's 1 in 10 or 2 out of 10. Maybe I just haven't called the right 5 people. Maybe those people are still really scared because we just came out of a 2-year pandemic and they don't want to see anyone face to face. They figure what people look like. And they don't want to see somebody face to face. Who knows, right? Because it has messed with our heads. That's one thing we can say. This pandemic has messed with our heads. So just be kind and maybe just ask that question. How are you? What have you been doing over the past 2 years to keep yourself busy? That will give you an idea. Okay, well, what have you been doing over the past 6 months to keep yourself busy? Yeah, that's right. You know, we were forced to be inside for a while. So what about the last 6 months? Oh, you've been hanging out with friends, going out shopping, eating out, hitting up the pubs, going to movies. Oh, great. Well, how about we schedule a checkup from the neck up? I would love to see you face to face, maybe have a coffee and see how that skincare is really working for you. So that's my suggestions. Get out of our stinking thinking. Delete the negative. Delete the negatives. And know that we can do anything that we set our mind to. What we think about, we bring about. If anyone has questions, I'm still here. You can unmute yourself. And then we're going to end this and get selling.
This is unrelated to selling.
Okay.
Has anybody had any people have problems with very famous lipstick breaking?
No, not me. Anyone else?
Yes, yes, I did. Actually, one of my customers called me and said that it's the hydrating one. Is that the one you're referring to? That's the one that she had broke
Well,
off.
no, it's the very famous, it's the regular gel or gel lipstick, like a regular
Oh.
semi-matte or whatever.
Hers was the hydrating one, but I
Yeah,
told her
she's,
what sometimes if they turn it up too much.
yeah, I know, but she didn't, and she said,
Ah.
no, she said to do it. And she's a faithful Mary, she's a queen of lipstick, and she never returns them. So I just wondered, and I had a pink, one of mine did the same thing. So
What one was that?
mine was one of the pink ones. Let me see, which one is it? Trademark pink, I think.
Oh, trademark pink.
Oh, trademark. I like
Yeah.
that one.
Broke right off. Like
Oh.
I just turned it up to put it on, and it was wiggling around inside.
And the one that I sold to her, I just got it in like probably a week before she purchased it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Because I don't keep a lot of lipsticks in stock now, a big amount. Just a few colors that I know people like.
yeah.
Because during the pandemic, I wasn't selling a lot of lipsticks because everybody was
Right.
messed up.
Anyway, I just thought I'd throw it out there. We
Sarah?
have a great company that loves to take our product back when it's defective.
We sure
Sarah?
do.
Yeah.
Sarah, I had two people bring, well, two lipsticks and very famous twice that it kept breaking. I